Excellence, those who rise.
When the African is given a chance, he can show to the world that he's somebody.
Nano TV International brings you the Black Excellence Show. Black excellence is not just first who accomplish the unimaginable, neither is those who achieve accolades and awards, but Black excellence is also Black people who sacrifice their health, mental well-being and welfare for the sake of others. What happens to the Black people that society does not recognize as excellent? On Black Excellence Show, we get the time to recognize and celebrate Black people who rose above all odds and charted new courses in Black excellence, helping to create history and changing the narratives, and also get to know who they really are behind the suits and tie, makeup and high heels. Black Excellence Show, proudly brought to you by Nana TV International. For us, by us. Black Excellence, those who rise.
When the African is given a chance, he can show to the world that he's somebody.
Nano TV International brings you the Black Excellence Show. Black excellence is not just first who accomplish the unimaginable, neither is those. This is a moment we tend to celebrate champions, Black champions in our society, in our community, in our nations at large. We are privileged to have with us one of our very own, most celebrated, a trailblazer in our society. Of course, many thanks to all of you for joining us. Wherever you're watching us, kindly share and invite your friends to join us. And let's celebrate Black championship. And of course, today we are honored. It's an honor, honestly, a privilege to have one of our very own, Lanre Ajayi, a creative director of ethnic festivals. He's also the top 25 Canadian Immigrants 2021 winner and winner of our Better Government Northern Lights Awards. And he's also winner of Mayor's Arts Champions Legacy Award in 2018. The best host and supervisor at Triple B Senate winner, Calgary Stampede in 2018, among so many others. So yes, I told you today is a power pack. Many thanks to Professor Charles Darwin Annan for paving the way last week for an awesome interview. We've had so many people coming in our inboxes, telling us they were so motivated and they need more. So we promised part 2 of that interview would come. But today, we're here to celebrate another legend. I call him the humble lion. Lanre Ajayi is our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our champion for today.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. It's an honor to be here. And to every individual watching us from around, thank you so much. I feel blessed to be here today. Thank you. Well, I want to start by saying I am blessed and I'm honored to be here. Uh, well, don't, I get so easily emotional when I talk like this because I'm always the guy on the other part, on the other side, talking to people, trying to promote others. But when I have opportunity to be like this, so in case you see me touching my eyes, it's because I get so emotional easily. And for me, it's an honor to be here, and I don't take this for granted. In I appreciate it in a small way, for what you're doing, and trying to create a platform for black people to have their voice heard all over the world. You're doing an amazing work, and I appreciate you when I see my fellow brothers and sisters doing this work. I try to like support them 100%, not 95, 100%, to because I know it takes a lot of guts to step out and do this, especially in this kind of community. Well, I'm Lanre Ajayi, for short, and I'm from Nigeria, my native country. I'm Yoruba, you know, and I would say Ekaro, Ekason, Ekale, meaning I'm greeting everybody anywhere in my dialect. And my dad was a farmer, and but he believed so much in education, even though he's also educated himself, but it's an agricultural officer, and then he believes one principle. Uh, One thing he would do is he will do everything to make sure that you go to school, pay for your school fees, buy a uniform, and buy all the books you need for the school. And one principle I make that is strange, which I don't get till today, is when you fail a class, my father fails with you. I'll explain. When you are in class one and you're supposed to go to class two and you fail, my father stopped paying for anything school, anything. So you have to go and look for money yourself and retake the exam. And when you pass and you continue, then it continues with you. Now, do you understand? I don't know. It's just a strange kind of because he doesn't believe in like my father doesn't beat or chastise. He only speak a word, and that word is know what you're doing. He doesn't know what you're doing. That's just the, any. My father did not step into my school until the day I graduated from the university. That is the first and the only time my father ever stepped to my school. He doesn't he won't go with you, but when you go to school, he'll talk to you, said, know what you're doing. And those words are just the guiding principles for me till tomorrow. Because anything I'm doing, I'll ask myself, am I adding value? Am I making impact? Am I making life better for someone else? Because life is meant for the living, but living your life, impacting others, trying to, make life better for the next person. I'm a man of faith, and I believe in the principle that says that love your neighbor as yourself, prefer others. So that has been the guiding principle for my life, and that has influenced the way I do from my school days. Till when I came into this country, Canada. Study painting, like you can see behind me. That's painting, and then graphics, and then move into fashion, advertising, do a bit of that in Nigeria, and after 10 years of marriage in Nigeria, my wife just called me, said, I'm tired. Let's go. So go because my wife was born in, she's French. So but she's French, lives in London, and then I met her, when she was in London, and then she came to Nigeria because of me. So after 10 years, she said, oh, I'm tired, gotta go. So ordinarily you think we're going either to France or going to London. And she said, Canada. And I said, No, 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 no. Because when I heard the word Canada, what comes to mind is the coldest region or places on earth. I don't like cold. Like, no, I'm not used to it up till now. Even though we've been like 6 years in this country, and said Canada, it was a struggle, honestly, in my heart for like a year. I have to set out, like I have to like agree with myself, like yes, we're going to Canada. I have to like sort it out in my mind, in my heart, in my being, like yes. But it took me over 1 year to do that. It was a struggle within me, which I can't even explain to her. And my kids were all happy. Oh wow, we're going to Canada, everybody, and she started the process. Just while she was doing the process, asking me, "Come, sign this, pay for this." I was just doing that, but my heart was not there, honestly. But after it took me a year, and then I got sorted. Okay, yes, I think we can go now because it was going to be start all over again, begin again, begin again. I've been over 40 years in Nigeria, so coming to Canada, where am I going to start from? Yes, I hold a printing press of mine. I own an advertising agency in Nigeria and a printing press, and I have workers. I have a lot of works that I do, clients. What I'm going to tell them that I'm leaving them and I'm going doesn't make sense. But they came. I came with them and I went back. But I couldn't, like, I can't stand. My family is there. I'm here. I'm shortly. So I took that bold step and I sold my business and I moved with them to Canada. And of course, coming to this country was very challenging. First 2 years of my life was like I'm in the dark. First 2 years, I had no clue as to who to connect with, what to do. So I've been working for myself all my life. So for 2 years, I was trying to study the land. But one thing I was doing, I was volunteering because I heard that's the way to go. So I started volunteering with different organizations. I was just doing it, and in some cases, I even asked some people, some people in the media industry that I want to work for them for free, just to learn some skills within this media. Of course, some people took me, for granted. I worked. In fact, there's a particular person that I work. I give my time up to a point that the guy does media and I have to go there, pack wires, set up events for equipment, all of that, just to like learn some stuff and all of that. I did that for, I said, I'm not getting any value from this. So I kept on volunteering anyway. And, you know, I'm a kind of person that I don't give up, so easily. I understand how the principle of life work. It's time and harvest. Sip time and harvest. There's a time for you to sow and it's time for you to reap. So I understand the principle very well. And the more I kept on, giving my time, volunteering, and then learning, asking questions. I was raised to ask questions. So I ask questions. Okay, what do you do here? How do I do this? Where do I go? Some things still strange to me. For example, credit card. That was like in Nigeria, with the money I buy cash down. I want to buy a car, I pay for it. I want to build a house, I pay. But when I came, that was the first shocker of my life that I have to get a credit card that I can just. I said, we have debit card. That is good for me. I just want to make sure that I'm spending my money. But I was like, no. This is strange. That do I have to like? I don't want credit, but I learned that that's the way to go for you to have some what they call credit history. But you know, I learned that, and I continue learning, and then from there to there, I try and ask, look for job. Try to like, okay, I want a job, but who's gonna employ an artist? Someone who has media, who wants to do media, artist, all of that. You know, Let me know if it's okay for me to talk. Keep on talking. Okay.
not ready for, but at some point you had to do it because life demands it.
Thank you very much, Nana, for that beautiful question. Now, awards are good. All those glamorous, promotions here and there, they are good, but they all stand on the bedrock of service. Yes, they all stand on the bedrock of service because leadership is by example. Leadership is rooted in service. Now, if you don't serve and you don't understand how to serve, you might not be a candidate for promotion. And those are some of the life principles that I live by. I serve and I keep serving and I want to keep serving. And that's one of the things that started. The first recognition that I got was when I worked with Calgary Stampede. And basically, I just want to work and just get people to have a good experience about the Western hospitality that this city is known for, the Calgary Stampede, and to create that experience for people to have a fun-filled opportunity, fun-filled to know everything that has to do with Calgary Stampede. And I was doing that, and I had no idea that there was any award, whatever. So mine was just serving people, encouraging people, helping people from one point to the other on the park because each year you have over 1 million people coming to Calgary Stampede, and I was privileged to be managing a sport called Triple B with over 1,800 people, that comes to that space alone. There's some spaces with 5,000 people, Nashville North. Both places I worked, and it's a lot of very, very, very tasking work. You're dealing with this. I remember one time there was a man that came from Germany, and the man has a pacemaker, somewhere implanted. Now, out of the excitement, when he was drinking, and then he had an episode. Of course, the man went on the floor and he was saying something, but nobody could understand. So, what could I do based on some understanding I have? I grabbed my phone and I tried to use my phone to learn some of the things he was saying, and that's how I got to know he was a German. And then I knew this guy needs CPR. So, from my CPR experience, I put him in a position that he can breathe properly, and I called for 911 immediately, and then paramedics came, and the man's life was saved. I felt good because I was able to add value to the man, the man's life. He came out of Canada to come have fun in Calgary, and it would be a good thing for the man to go back home, in a body bag. But the little understanding that I have, I was able to swing into action, and then his wife was so happy, everybody was so happy, and I was just doing that not because I was asked to do it, and there to serve people, to help people. And then after the whole event, I was called into a meeting by the supervisors and said, "Bam, bam, bam, you are this." Wow, I felt very humble. Oh, thank you very much. But that doesn't stop me. I kept working, and I told them initially that I was volunteering when I first came, for the first 2 years. And while I was doing that, I remembered that with my creative artistic skills, I was invited to take some kids, some youths, from war-torn countries, some arts and crafts. And for me, art, is a form of therapy that helps to heal wounds of pain, of war, of agony. Kids from different, Arabian countries, war-torn countries, Sudan, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, all of that, with collaboration with some local organizations here. I went there to just use my time to teach these kids, the importance of art and help them to heal. And then I remember also that while I was trying to look for a job, the only job that I got that is close to what I've been doing in Nigeria was with the city of Calgary. It was just an event recreation job to work with events and planning, which is the area which I love to do. So I opted in for the job, even though it was on call job, and it was just a few hours in a week. But that the fact that I can work in planning an event, which is my core area of expertise, so I jump in to do the work, and we have to like work with different quarters of the city all over the year. And then one day we were working, and they were set up for events for our brother culture days, and I got to know a space called C Space King Edward. To cut a long story short, that was the place where I found some art community that I belong to. And while serving there as well, working in there, my manager said, I want to nominate you for an award, for what you're doing. And I said, okay, as long as it's going to cost me money to pay. He said, oh, I'm going to, because I'm just too new. I don't have so much money. I have to be spending my naira, change to dollars to pay bills here and there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I was in my house one day and I got a call from the mayor's office. Oh, are you Lanre Ajayi? I said, yes. Oh, congratulations. You've been nominated for Mayor's Art Champions Award for your act of supporting and contributing to the community. I said, what? I said, I'm just about 2 years.
2 years.
Yes, in Canada, I said, what have I done? I don't know what people are noticing, people are seeing. I was asking my wife, in fact, my friends and my brothers in Nigeria are asking, what did you do that they gave you an award? I said, yeah, I don't know that, but somehow, and I was the black, probably the first black person on the stage with other, Canadians, and I felt very humbled. And wow, I got to meet the mayor, got some media attentions here and there, and I understood the power of media.
Right.
And when it came, and I said, well, this is Lanre Ajayi. There's more to this guy that you see now. Get ready. Something is happening.
That's the spirit.
And,
that's the spirit.
So
that's the spirit. We want to go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more about Mr. Lanre Ajayi. He's a creative director at ethnic festivals. We'll look into ethnic festivals and some of the fashion shows that we have seen. It's mind blowing. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is Black Excellence Show live on Nana TV International. Don't go anywhere. Most welcome back from that break. That awesome fashion show from ethnic festivals, and yours truly, my guest, Lanre Ajayi, is the creative director for ethnic festivals, and you saw one of the events, which is the fashion show we just watched, and it's so interesting. Mr. Lanre, tell us about ethnic festivals. You guys have done so much for the community, especially with the fashion show that we just have been. It's just one of those events that you have. Tell us more about. ethnic
Thank you very
festivals?
much for that question, Anna. And I, out of an opportunity to or avenue to create a platform for African, Indian, and Caribbean peoples and other Black and Indigenous people of colors voices to be heard, I was looking around me, and while I was trying to understand what happens in the community, there is no single platform that brings us together online. Where I'm coming from and what I've seen in other part of the world, like in Montreal, in Quebec, in Toronto, even in Brazil, in the United States, in London, you
Right.
have this huge festival like in Nottingham, in London. You know, the Samba Fest, all the festivals where you have people of other colors come together to celebrate their excellence. So that took me another 1 year moving from different community associations to another, asking them questions because there are pockets of community organization from Africa and Caribbean
Right.
doing one thing or the other on their own. So I said, okay, let's come together and do something big. Let's create an impact. So after 1 year of going through and making inquiries, I thought of okay, let's do something. And I thought, okay, the idea came ethnic festival, something that is natural, that is our own, that is our ethnicity. So the idea was okay to do something. Then in 2019, I thought of okay, let's do something. And I want to go into the market, but I took some time to understand the market, what sells, what people will believe, what works.
Okay.
So the building that we have that fashion show, I was also teaching arts in a school in that same building. So I told my manager, I want to do something, I want to create something, and then how do I introduce our community together? How do I introduce myself to this community? How can we come together? So I love fashion. I do fashion. I love it's all on anything has to do with creativity. That's where you're gonna find me. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna put some event together to see how Black people and other colors can come together, and let's see if this community is ready for what is about to happen. Now, when I got the award with the mayor, I announced, by faith that something is coming in a year's time, a fashion show, an exhibition. I had no clue, but I just spoke that I'm going to do something in about a year's time. And then the media guy, I think his name is Joe Senik, said, okay, we'll see that in a year's time, what is going to happen. And true to that, all thanks to God for making it happen. I was planning and I was doing that, and I got support. I got support from organizations like Calgary Arts Development, who believed in what I'm doing. Kudos to the CEO of Calgary Art Development by the name of Patty Pond and our team, Ellen Moore, Packhouse, Taylor, Jordan, all of them. They believed in me, and I told them, and also I said I want to do something, and I needed support. They said, yeah, we can give you a grant for that. And I started, curating different works, and then working, painting, and also doing some of my styling. I did my patterns, and I select the materials. And I want to make it something very useful for this weather, because in Nigeria, in Ghana, I've been to Ghana. I've been to like Mokola Market, Kuma, all of them there. So
Very popular market.
I'm an African man, so I've got one of my best friends in Ghana. Two of them anyway. So and I selected materials from Kenya. I've been to Kenya as well. I go to Masai Market. Masai Market. I picked some kikoi. I got some kente from Ghana and some ankara from Nigeria. I brought them into Canada, and I got some bamboo clothing materials that is for this weather. And I combined the two together, and I got them sold in the factory, and that's how we had the fashion show. Now, the night of the fashion show, something happened that is strange, good in a way, strange and good. Venue seats 200 people, just to make sure that I'm doing something right, not to overstep. That first night we had about 400 people, turn up.
Wow.
That was like, wow. This was like a good problem. And I knew, wow, the community is ready.
It was a good problem. I like that.
Yeah, good problem. And I was, in fact, that night, some of the officials from Calgary Development came. And when they came, after that night, in fact, before what event was going on, I started thinking, 2020 is going to be better than this. The guy was asking, what are you talking about? You're still enjoy the moment. I said, well, the event has happened. I'm thinking net forward. And that is how we started the fashion, and then that's how the birth of Ethnic Festival Association came to being. Before and then after that experience, I was blessed to have the late CEO of Calgary Public Library by the name of Mr. Bill Patsek.
Okay.
The man heard about what we did, and he was so excited, and he called me to his office the following week, and he said, "Young man, he's quite an old man, almost like 80 years old. Said, I love what you did. I heard the impact that. Do you want to bring this to the library?" That was, one of the best building in town. As in fact, it was one of the most beautiful place to visit by Time Magazine then. And that is how the man asked me to bring the festival to the library. And then we started planning for 2020, which brought in Miss Julie Black, Canadian kind of R&B, brought in Oluni Academy, a Canadian Hollywood actress, brought in some other government officials, and the festival kept on going and going and going. And then COVID came.
Then COVID came.
COVID came.
Our worst nightmare.
So COVID came, but we were able, in fact, we had the 2020 edition, big festival, wonderful festival. It was good. The food segment was amazing because we had that segment also, which brought in different countries all over Africa and Caribbean,
Right.
bringing their own unique food into the building as part of the festival. And up till tomorrow, my friends who are like, Caucasian, Asian,
Yeah.
they said, we love this aspect of the food because they get to taste food from over 20, 25 countries
That's
for free.
awesome.
For free. And from there, we kept on building. We kept on raising the bar, trying to do the same thing. Even the year of COVID 2021, we still have the festival. For the first time, virtual. And we got Troy James. Troy James, a body contortionist, is an alumnus of American Got Talent, high demand in Hollywood for, horror films here and there. We got Vivian Kai, who is also a single parent, a single mother who built a business from zero to over 7 figures. She's from Ghana.
Wow, that's awesome to hear.
Yeah, she's the one behind Kinky Yaki Calls. The woman that built that brand. So
Yeah.
we got her in for.
I'm sure we'll get through to her as well.
You will get, she was on at the festival. We had it virtual. It was good, and then it was wonderful. With that, we kept on building, and as I speak, we're planning for the 2022 edition.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We are so honored to have you here, Mr. Lanre, sharing your journey with us, being top 25 Canadian Immigrant Award winner, and a lot more. Many thanks to our viewers so far. We appreciate all of your time with us. We don't take it for granted. So let me Kuka Pununen, thank you so much for your time. Shani, thank you so much, darling, for watching. Cappuccino Zero, thank you so much, brother. We appreciate you so much. Serene, how are you? How's the family? Thank you so much. My able producer is online. Abnai said she said, your guest is very passionate and knows his job. Good work, Lanre. And Agnes Anan, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time. Appreciate it. Karen Mukugo, once again, thank you so much, darling. Very interesting. He's determined and flexible. He got diverse experience. Superb. Thank you so much. Abna's coming through. That's my producer for you. She says, wow, your guest knows his work. Please, how is he able to use art as a therapy? We would ask Mr. Larry in due time. Karen says we are only, that's it. So thank you, Johanna Kaupinen. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, everyone. Patricia Farinyako, that's my big sister. Thank you so much. Says hello and a happy new year. Happy new year, big sis. I miss you so much. Missy Jane, thank you so much for your time. And please keep your comments and your suggestions coming. And please keep sharing those of you on other platforms, YouTube and Twitter, and of course LinkedIn, Twitch. Sorry, I'm not able to get through to I'll read your comments, but I'll do that in no time. Thank you so much. So please keep your comments coming. We are celebrating Mr. Lanre Ajayi. He's the creative director of ethnic festivals and many more. He's told us about his beginning of the journey, and we are so motivated and inspired. I don't know about you. This is really awesome. Black Excellence Show live on Nana TV International. You can never go wrong about that. Now we're looking. Let's come back. We've looked at the festival that is paved way for so many ethnicities and all of that. Mr. Lanre, you would agree with me that it comes with a lot of challenges.
Absolutely.
Creating events.
Yes.
It comes with a lot of challenges. Would you mind sharing some of the challenges that you had to go through before you gained the awards that we are celebrating here today?
I remember vividly that I started a show called My City Speaks to Me. It's about people who live in places and events that brings them together, just to create a voice for the voiceless, promote the local businesses, help community to understand what is happening. That is what I love to do, to make people know what is happening. When I was going to start, both I got a lot of attacks, like verbally or even to my face, that nobody knows you. You're just here in this country. You're an immigrant. You're black.
Okay.
You've got accent. Nobody will believe in what you're doing. You're just wasting your time. And the show is on for this month will be the 4th season. I have to switch from 1 to about 6 videographers, because I didn't have enough money to do the production. So I just like, what, I have this idea, I want to do this, I believe in it, and then people turn me down. They don't believe in what I'm going to do, and they said all sorts of things. In fact, some people even said to me that I'm too ambitious, that I'm too going. Why you're always doing everything? You're always there. You want to do this, and people say a lot of things, but they don't get to understand where you're coming from, your background. What you build up, what has been part of your life. Because people do a lot of racist comments here and there. For me, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me, because I'm like a painting like this, a wall.
Mm-hmm.
You use this painting, it won't make it more orange or more red. It's like a dead man. So when you talk to a dead man is a dead man. So I've had a lot of share of racism, all of that, but I take that as a compliment.
Right.
And as a workman to really do better.
Absolutely.
I try to get into some spaces where I was kicked out because of my color, because of what I do. In fact, can you imagine someone asking you as an artist that you don't have a Canadian experience? Where does an artist get Canadian experience? What experience do I need to be a painter? If I can paint this in Nigeria, and I'm
don't get anywhere.
Joining an experience to become a better painter. That is how cruel some people can be, that you need a Canadian experience. So I don't need that. But in the midst of all these opposition challenges, I am focused.
That's the way.
My face is set like a flint. I'm going forward. I don't believe in, I see those noises as distractions.
Right.
They're going to come. Anyway, it's part of the package. When you're on your way to where you're going, distraction will come. But it's just how you're going to live your life. If you're going to allow those distractions to pull you down, it's like you're going through a storm. And then while you're going through the storm, you don't stay in the storm. You keep moving in the storm, because if you stay in the storm is going to kill you.
Right.
But if you keep moving forward, eventually you're going to go past the storm. Now, those who stay in the storm died in the storm. But those who go through the storm eventually go ahead. And the storm has an expiry date. Every storm. Every tornado, yes, every tornado, every storm, every problem, every challenge, they always have an expiry date.
That's right.
But the thing is that, what stuff are you made of if you are strong enough to weather the storm? Because quitters never win and winners never quit, according to the words of Robert Schuller. So those challenges come, but It's part of the game. It's part of the life, and you got to keep moving forward and keep doing it. And then I don't believe in nothing can stop me
I like
unless
that.
unless me.
I like, I like your spirit. We go over on the line and let's see. Abnai Sidwa had a question for you before we continue. Says, wow, your guest knows his work. Please, how is he able to use art as a therapy?
Thank you very much for that question. Now, heart in its different form has a way to heal. It can be aphrodisiac, it can be therapeutic. For
Wow.
example, when you are doing a work like this, people go to different painting classes here and there. Uh, it's about a mind. When you're bring trouble in your heart, when you're in trouble in your mind, they will ask you, often the therapist will ask you, oh, sit down, lie down, relax, take your mind off, think about this, think about that. The same thing is with art. When you focus your attention, it's like for you to be worried, it takes a lot of energy to worry. It takes an
Absolutely.
energy to start
Absolutely.
working your mind. And to create something like this, it takes a lot of energy because it involves your mind, your eyes, your hand, your brain. Here is my studio in the basement of my house where I paint. When I'm painting, I'm in a different zone. I'm not thinking about food or I'm hungry. The same thing when you're singing. People said music has a spirit
Right.
that transports you to a different zone.
Absolutely.
That is the power of music, the therapeutic power that is in music. The same with art or any form of creativity that can take your mind off. Now, for that person, I don't know what kind of challenges that you're going through. Find your hands on something else. Take your mind off. People ask you go on vacation. Why? Just to take your mind off the work and the stress. To unwind. To go out. Now there's some kind of therapy that are not good for your health. Like going to drinking or smoking. Sorry, drinking or like kind of taking some drugs because you want to suspend the trauma you're going through. Now that is a bad form of therapy. But there's some that are very good, like go to a paint class, painting date night. Just go paint or put your hands in clay. Now, clay works. I do some clay work as well. Clay work has a powerful way. Ceramics. Get some clay together. Put all your stress and your energy on that clay. Address your tension on the clay. Beat it, mold it, shape
Mold
it,
it, squeeze
remove
it,
it, break it,
and get that out.
and get it out. That's a form of therapy.
Oh, wow.
Painting.
I didn't know that. Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing.
See, I paint and I do some realistic painting, but I'm more of an abstract expressionism. That's what I do. And you know, being an artist painting like this, it gives you the freedom, to put your brush on a canvas like this and then just do the strokes. You'll be shocked the kind of magic you're gonna create.
Great.
I was privileged to be invited to a school with people with developmental disabilities called National Access Art Center, and there I've facilitated some courses, with all those students before. And when I got the top 25 award, a media company in Calgary and Canada, I wanted to do an art documentary piece on me, and I reached out to the students and the school, and they asked me to come, and I took them a course, a small art training called dedical pouring, where you have paint in a cup, a wine cup, or all those red cups, pour in different kind of paints on top of each other, and then you have it on a canvas, a cup on a canvas, and you flip it over, and then you remove the cup, and the colors allow the colors to move by themselves. You'll be amazed the kind of effect you create, and you can see the expression. Wow, you're going to see different kind of shapes of colors like Grand Canyon that you've not seen before. Now those things take your mind off the present challenges, and like I said, every challenge, every problem have an expiry date. But what you're doing between the period when you're going through those challenges is what counts, what helps you to go through it. It happens, it's part of life. Life happens. Last year, we were planning for Black History Month, and one of the invitations that was sent to our guests I wrote on it, life happens, but the show must go on. Little did I know that that word is going to come back to me. Few days before the festival, I got hit by COVID, and then I have a festival to produce, and just few days I have to do that festival, and I was presenting the festival, and I had COVID. In fact, I was on the screen, and beside me was pills of painkillers and water. While we go for commercial breaks, I'll take some pills.
Wow.
I was literally dying, and the world was just watching watching me. The following day, after the festival, the story was different because the COVID just was. But I was able to pull through. So it happens, but here am I today. So what you're doing during this period, get yourself involved in some creativity, and then what you do with your hands as a way, to affect your being. Cook. I love cooking. That's one of the things I do as well. I love cooking.
Okay, it's also a form of therapy.
Yeah, I came from a long list of chefs. My mom, my great grandma baked cake for Queen Elizabeth when she came to Nigeria some years back. So I have that gene of a gene and the ability to cook. So that's another form of therapy. Cook, create something.
You had Mr. Lanre Ajayi cook. Cooking is also a form of therapy. So if you are going, crazy or not necessarily crazy,
and then do something for others. Create something to make others better.
Exactly.
Do something.
Exactly.
Trust me, whatever you make it happen for others, grace and God will make it happen for you.
That's awesome. Joining us from Helsinki watching is Fatima Usman. Thank you so much, Mama, for joining us. And then also Edem Agbek also joining us from Helsinki, also joining us. Thank you so much, Edem, for your time. Mr. Lanre, we're talking about therapy and all of that. Africans have beautiful culture, our food, our festivals, our clan system, yet some are not so proud about it. What do you think accounts for this perception, and how can we be proud of ourselves as Africans, especially in the diaspora? I know you can attest to this. Sometimes even our own language, we are ashamed to speak our mother tongue. What is wrong with us?
Thank you very much, Nana. And thank you for that question from the person who asked the question. Now, one of the key highlights of our festival during Black History Month is what we call Food Connect.
Food Connect.
Food Connect is one of the major highlights of the festival, where we provide funding for different African and Caribbean communities, all across Africa and Caribbean, to bring specific food and snacks, finger foods that is peculiar to their culture.
Okay.
And we bring them to the festival. And that segment we are doing the break time, an hour long, and the objective of that part is for people to break barriers, break bread, and come. Because, food has a way to break down the walls. When you're full, your hands are full, your mouth is full, and you're munching, you're eating, and you're savoring the taste, trust me, some people will say, you will say it.
That's so true.
And that is one of the things. And also to create that cultural experience for every other ethnicities in Canada. That is what that aspect came in. So, see, trust me, Africa, we have the best kind of food in the world. We've got varieties. See, we've got varieties. I'm telling you.
We do.
We've got our vegetables, our spices.
We do.
I do some cooking classes with my daughter, from my kitchen. I just cook, I just get some food and I just cook. And some recipes I came out, developed them myself. And one thing that's still challenging is that here in Calgary, we're just getting some African restaurants and Caribbean restaurants coming up. We have like few of them. Some are cooking from their houses, because it's quite a capital intensive project to have food. So I don't want people to feel like because your food looks this way, it is the best kind of food you can ever, get it. So anyway, you have. One day, when I got the Mayor's Award, I was working with a lot of white guys and a lot of Caucasian people from Nicaragua, from all sorts. And then we're going to do a party in my office. And I told them, sorry, we're not having tacos. We're not having pudding. We're not having fries. I got this. I'm gonna hook you up real good. So I called my friend and I said, make some spicy chicken, plantain, jollof rice,
That's
straight.
right. That's how we do it.
And they brought it to the office. And my friends were asking, my boss was like, what is this? Rice? They're like, they can't have enough of jollof rice. That this is so tasty. I said, yeah, the same rice we eat without sauce, without food, without pepper.
Whatever that is.
Yes. And they were like, wow, this is amazing. They love it. In fact, 2020, during our festival, we had a jollof rice competition between Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal, and Congo. We had a jollof rice in a kitchen that is up to the standard of MasterChef Canada.
Oh, wow.
You know, thanks to Atco Brooklyn Kitchen for giving us their space. And we had the Minister of Culture in attendance and some Michelin chefs. We had people cook jollof rice right on the spot, live. It's on the show. You know, people tasting jollof rice and suya.
You have done so much. Honestly, it looks like we might even need part two of this interview. So far, all the guests that we have, we usually we have to have part two because there's lots and lots more that you don't have to share. Karen says, obviously you are doing well in both painting media, which is more closer to your heart, and you are perhaps more passionate to some compared to others. That's very, very true, and I'm sure you can agree with Karen, Mr. Lanre. So we want to go for a quick break. We will have a second view of that fashion show. But before we do that, briefly, Mr. Lanre, we want to find out what inspires you the most. What is your inspiration when you're painting, when you're doing all of that, creating festivals, events? What is your inspiration? Where does it come from?
Well, I look at human beings,
Right.
people around. We are all every human working, living, doing one thing or the other. We are all in a story, whether we like it or not. Our lives are like an open script that we're playing on a stage called the world. And whether you like it or not, you're acting a script, consciously or unconsciously. So when I see that, I look at that and I take clues and I learn we are part of a series of events taking place on a global stage. I'll give you an example. I was at Calgary Stampede while I was working one day, and I started seeing things happening right before my, because you know what, a lot of us, we've got eyes, but we don't actually see. Some have eyes but they don't see, so you gotta see beyond the physical. So right in front of me, while people are doing so many things at the Stampede, I started writing a script about how people find love. And I saw some bartenders and some security personnel over a course of 10 days becoming friends, asking themselves out, and started dating. And then from there, I was able to see some story behind. I saw how people connect. I don't know. I was seeing scripts being played out right before
Right
me.
before your eyes.
So when I see people around me, I get inspired because we are all little kind of individuals playing our own parts, and that those are stories in which I put together that I kind of put for people to see. I get inspired by nature, looking around me. The nature is for example, look at the snowfalls, look at the trees, even the weather, the season that we have. It's enough to give you an inspiration to see. And I look at that and I listen to people, and I try to understand when people talk, because people say things from different school of thoughts. So I don't judge people. I'm quick to condemn anybody. And one thing that my wife used to tell me is, said, you believe people so much. That is who I am. That this person is lying to you. But I just believed everybody, because why do I have to doubt anybody? Because I believe that we all come with different kind of experiences, different kind of school of thoughts, and if you take time to observe and to listen, you're gonna get some. There's this proverb in my country that says that if you're patient enough, you squeeze honey out of the rock. That's deep. Literally, you can't actually squeeze a rock.
Absolutely.
But it says if you're patient enough, you learn how to squeeze honey out of the rock. That takes a lot of patience, observation,
That's right.
studying,
That's right.
and that's where I got my inspiration from.
That's right. Thank you so much for sharing that with that. Peter Borishade has just joined us. We're going for a quick break. So we have Lanre Ajayi, a creative director, ethnic festivals, and top 25 Canadian Immigrants 2021 winner. He's also winner of our Better Government Northern Lights Award, winner of Mayor's Arts Champions Legacy Award in 2018, best host and supervisor at Triple B Center winner, Calgary Stampede in 2008 winner, amongst other things. So we're going for a quick break. When we return, the segment, we'll see Lanre Ajayi behind the suit and tie. You know what time it is. We'll be right back.
My name is Lanre Ajayi, and I'm a top 25 Canadian Immigrant Award recipient. My favorite part of being a Canadian is the platform that this community and this country has given me to fully express my creative abilities to better this community, to impact my community, and to share my talents with the global audience. This award means so much to me in the sense that it's an opportunity to do more. So much is given, much is expected. It's a call for responsibility to take up more initiative, to dream big. Now, for those who are coming to Canada or those who are just newly arriving in Canada, I would say that be bold about the ideas you have. Be intentional in the path you want to follow, and then never say never to what you have. You never know what you can do until you set your mind and your heart to what you're going to do.
Be bold and confident whatever you're doing, wherever you are. Thank you so much for your time once again, and welcome back from that motivational message from Lanre Ajayi. And so we're moving on. Now it's time for behind the suit and tie. Literally, we get to know him, when he's not wearing the suit, when he doesn't have the brush, in his hands to paint, when, he's not organizing festivals here and there, creating events, fashion shows, when he's not doing all of that. He's not on his shoes, no tire. What is he really? Mr. Ajayi, my first question, behind the suit and tie, when you are not doing all of these, things, what do you do during your downtime moments?
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. With me, there's no dull moment because if I'm not painting or planning events or involved in like kind of mentoring or any kind of teaching, I love cooking.
Okay.
I love cooking because my father was one of those that actually made me cook. Even though my mom and my grandmother, my sisters and my aunts are all caterers, I remember that my dad loved pounded yam. They call him an Ijesha man. And anybody who knows an Ijesha man or a Kitty man, they don't joke with pounded yam.
Pounded yam, okay.
Every day, I have to pound yam for my dad with my brothers. We have to pound, not the.
So does that mean that in your home you do the
Yes.
cooking? You have a wife, don't you?
I have a wife. But,
and from the African setting.
Yeah,
Mr.
so
Lanre,
now,
from the African
this-
setting, the wife is supposed to cook. I mean, that's how we have made it.
Now my wife cook, but the thing is that because I love spicy so much, so we have two stews in my house every time we cook. My stew and their stew.
Okay.
And when I'm cooking, everybody goes to their rooms and lock the door because the spicy has to be the oil has to be like bleached, and then the pepper poured, and then the noise and the oven and the extractors working. So I want, and people are coughing here left and right. So for that, my wife just allowed me to do that, and she knows that she's like why not? My wife's cook, but she knows I love cooking, and so she doesn't even argue that with me. I cook vegetables, I cook all sort of food, and because for me, spicy is key. I can't do without eating spice. No,
I totally understand. Coming from an African man,
yes.
I totally.
So
I totally understand. So, when you are not cooking,
cooking, yeah,
other stuff you do, like
I
going to
go.
the movies, or
Yeah, that is. I
I
was
know
going to
I
say.
know men are into football. Do you like
No,
soccer?
well,
Do you like sports?
contrary to that, I'm not a kind of sport fan. I don't know
Hey,
why.
Mr. Lanre, then I would say that you are not a romantic man, are you?
What I do is that I sit down. I love me time watching movies, especially series. I
Okay.
binge watch a series that people watch for like 3 months. I watch it in 2 weeks or 1 week.
Okay.
When I'm not working, when I'm not doing anything, I love my me time. I sit down, get some like tini and some suya, like
That's
spicy
right.
spicy. And I sit down, and when I'm watching film, I don't want people to like interrupt me.
Okay, like passing comments.
Yeah,
That's not my house. My house is like,
yeah. Even though when I watch the film and I'm watching with somebody else, I tend to do that. Tell them,
okay, but
oh,
you don't want it to be
I don't want
that.
it. So that is why I love to watch film myself alone. I cannot watch with my family later. So I just sit down and I'm watching, and I want I just, because I write stories myself. I'm a storyteller. So I
Okay.
understand the power of going so I sit down and I watch the movies. Instead of, and I do that, I enjoy that. And other thing I love to do is I love traveling.
Okay. Okay.
Basically, when I traveled, I don't. That is why people go to vacation, but my vacation is learning. I don't understand. When I'm in any country, whether it's in Middle East or in Asia, I go to China a lot until the COVID came. I love Chinese food.
All
So when
right.
I go to any country,
Right.
I'm busy going out. So I love traveling, I love cooking, and I love watching movies.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Any nickname you have you would like to share with us?
They call me Diamond.
They call you Diamond.
Yes, right from the university.
Okay.
And it is actually right from the high school, right from
Okay.
high school, because while I was when I started my art and crafts, I did that. I was doing that while I was young. My grandma influenced me, all of that, and then at age 16, I started selling my artworks, started making money, started going for exhibition. I collaborated with some seniors. Then when I was in high school, and then when I was finishing high school, I was about to go to university. I started, doing some cards. I
All
was
right.
doing Valentine cards for sale, birthday cards for sale, customized wedding cards, customized birthday card, cake boxes. And I was thinking, what would be my signature? I don't know. Somehow out of nowhere, the word diamond dropped in my spirit. Diamond touch, diamond touch, diamond touch. And that became my signature, diamond touch. My signature is still diamond touch tomorrow. Not even my name, diamond touch. So, and that is how the name stuck. And then when I got to university, I was doing that, and that's what they were calling me, Diamond, Diamond. Up, in fact, if you, my friends, the ones that call me Lanre are the ones that knew me before primary school days.
Right.
Up till tomorrow here in Canada, people call me Diamond, Diamond, Diamond,
That's
because, and also while I was in Nigeria, I pastored a church.
oh.
Yeah, so that's part of
You
it.
are a man of many hats. I mean,
Pastor in church for over 10 years when I was in Nigeria, and it was Pastor Diamond, Pastor Diamond, Pastor Diamond. So those who call me Pastor Diamond will know while I was there in Nigeria pastoring, and then those who call me Diamond, these who call me Diamond. So it is here that I just tell people, what's the name? I mean, it's Lanre. But the ones who really knew me call me Diamond. So that's the name, Diamond, Diamond.
right. So let's before I think I have two more questions in that segment. There's coming from Nigeria and myself from Ghana. There's been this banter recently between two of our celebrities. I'm talking about Burna Boy and Shatta Wale. So, Mr. Lanre, I want to ask you in all sincerity, which of these two, giants of Africa in terms of music would you give your daughter hand in marriage?
Wow, that is a tough one. Naturally, I want to like, okay, Burna Boy is from Nigeria, from Nigeria, that is naturally you want to do that, yeah.
Shatawale
But
is rich.
actually, Burna Boy is rich too. They are both. Burna Boy got Grammy. Come on,
Oh, I mean, Shatawale is on the way.
on the way. So Burna Boy got the
He's
Grammy
going.
award. Burna Boy is balling. It's a big boy, one of the big boys, one of the biggest. He's done some huge collaboration with some artists all over the world. But you know what? Behind all of that,
Yeah.
I want to look out for the man.
Okay.
The man.
The
Not
man
just
in him.
in him. Not see their office and by virtue of what they do,
Right.
people ascribe, oh, great man, good man, all of this, all of that. But if I had to give my daughter in marriage to any one of them, I want to look for the man, the real man, the Burna Boy before the fame, the glitz and the glamour.
Right.
Because wealth has a way to attract all sorts to you.
That's right.
It comes with the territory. Wealth. See, when you are wealthy, you have everybody as your friend. You have everybody as your friend.
True.
But when you are not rich, when you're not wealthy, you have nothing to your name. You're just you, and that is when the real you. So if I'm going to give, my daughter to any one of them, I want to see who is Shatawale,
Who is man enough?
20 years ago. Who is
Okay.
Shatawale, who is Burna Boy 20 years ago. Because number one thing that you cannot separate from you is your character. Your character is who you are behind closed doors.
Behind
Not,
closed doors.
and
Absolutely.
it's different from the perception that people see on the facade. But your character is the real you.
Right.
So I look at the character, and you cannot separate. Even when you are rich, when you are wealthy, your character will still speak. Some people, when money comes, you see the real person in them. You see the real person emerges because money has a way to force what has been, bottled inside of you. Money has a way to force them out, and when the wealth comes, you can misbehave. So
That's so true.
that
Thank you
question
so
I
much
might not
for
answer
being
directly,
so,
but
I mean, thank you for being very honest about that, and that is a very smart answer for that question. I want to give my last question to Karen. She says, do you go skiing sometimes? Well, you already mentioned earlier that cold is not your mate, and with a laughing emoji.
thank you very much for that question. The truth is that I don't ski. I don't do ski, those ice, anything ice. I am not, see, that's the real me. I'm an African man. I'm a Canadian and African man. Whereas they used to say something in my country that butter is not the food for monkeys. I'm not saying I'm a monkey, but butter doesn't, see, I don't deny, I can't deceive myself.
Right.
I have friends who want to go on hikes. I tell them, I said, okay, hiking. So what do you do? Hiking. When I first came, we just walk in the forest, in the bush, and then what? So we just hike. I said, I've done my share of hiking back home on my father's farm. I've done a lot of hiking. If that is what you call hiking, I've done hiking enough. So as an African man, see, we've come from a place where we have forests, trees everywhere surrounding us.
Right.
Coming to the system, and I'm being real.
I totally agree with you. You are not alone on that, Karen. So I'm sure your question is
Actually,
being
shell,
answered.
but anything heights, trust me, I can only see, I can observe, but going, skiing, doing all those kind of, even up to what they call tobogganing. But my sons, they like that. They want to do that, but that's not me.
That's not you. Thank you so much, Karen. I'm sure perhaps maybe you'll be laughing, or you've had your answer from Mr. Ajayi. No, we're coming to the end of our show. In fact, all too soon. It's been awesome. It's been really amazing moment here with Mr. Lanre Ajayi, and we are moving on to a large segment, which is a mirror on the wall. I believe last week, if you were part of the show, you know what that is. That is a moment where Mr. Lanre Ajayi would gift himself a mirror and look at himself in the mirror. All the achievements, all the accolades, the hard work from Nigeria to Canada, in fact, being a trailblazer. This is the moment that he takes in a deep breath, look at himself in the mirror, and appreciates himself, what he's been able to achieve over the years. And we are celebrating him. He's going to talk to himself, talk to his soul. And we are going to listen to him as he does that. Mr. Larry, it is your time, your moment.
I've got a mirror here. And it's not been easy. It's not been easy, but thank you for being real to yourself. Thank you for the journey. But, we're not there yet. We're just it's just the beginning, and you can only go far. There's something you believe, and that is what you speak to others. That grace will move them forward. And I'm saying this to you now, that grace can only move you forward from here on. The road is still long. There's still many territories to conquer, but the land is green. So you gotta keep moving forward. That's the only thing you know how to do. Taking one step after the other and keep working. It's not gonna be easy, but with the confidence and the trust you have, grace will keep you and move you forward ever. Thank you. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, mirror, mirror on the wall is such an emotional. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. How do you feel looking at yourself in the mirror,
I've not
talking
done that
to
before.
your soul?
I've not done that before. That's the truth. I've not done that before. I use the mirror for like I'm brushing now. So this is the first time for me, talking to myself in the mirror and then looking at myself and like I'm talking to someone, counseling someone, or I'm encouraging someone. So it's kind of strange for
It
me.
goes deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that.
Wow. You are talking to yourself, but we also feel the impact, and that is the whole idea. You are talking to yourself, but we also feel, we connect with you. We connect with you. Every word that comes out of your mouth, we feel it, and we connect with you. So we're coming to the end of our segment. Godfred joined us, says, Nana, you are doing a good job. Great job. Thank you so much, Godfred. Thanks for joining us. Karen says, yes, haha, I am an ice hockey fan. Okay, so that's what. That's the reason. So before we let Mr. Larry go, before we bring our curtains to a close, you are indeed an inspiration. What can you share with the youth or young African artists or creative persons who think this creative thing can take them anywhere?
Thank you very much. I'm going to use the word of my former mayor, Nahed Nenshi. I was privileged. I was talking to him one day, and then he was now talking to Calgarian. He said, there are so many of you who are doing amazing things behind closed doors. In your garage, in your basement, in the corner of your room, you're creating amazing things, but you are shy to let people see what you're doing because of fear of rejection. Now, I'm saying the same word back to whoever is watching me anytime, anywhere, that there is more to you than what you are seeing. See, you are capable of doing so much until that there's potential within you that can circle the globe. But you have to tap into that potential and place demand on it and force it out. There's treasure in your earthen vessel. You gotta speak and see out of the belly. It is written that rivers shall flow forth. Ideas, no man has a right or 100% ownership of an idea, because ideas are coming and going. And the difference between the rich and the poor is acting on an idea and following through on that idea. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's part of life. It's part of lesson. And then take the step. See, never people when you ask somebody, I want to do this thing, but I don't have money. That is the bad way of judging things. Number one, the first thing is never see money as a barrier. Oh, because I don't have money, I can't do this. No. The first thing is take the first step. There are resources that is available with you to do anything you want to do. Money is not always the first solution. Okay, if I have money, I can build this. If I have money, no. Idea comes first, and then start from. It might just be a letter or an email or a word you say to someone. We've got some billionaires or millionaires making it on social media.
True.
These are the tools we have at your disposal. If you're a writer, keep writing and keep sending new scripts. One day the light will shine on your path. If you can cook, keep cooking. See, this day and age we are blessed with social media that you don't need someone's permission to rent a studio to record.
True.
Go online and start doing your own show. Start talking. Start putting your writing up. Start doing your fashion show. Start doing your own individual things. And then don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid of rejection. Please. In fact, as the more rejection you get, for me, when I get a rejection, that means yes, I'm on the right path.
Absolutely.
The more rejection I get, the more energy I have. The more no's I get, that more confidence I build. Yes. Oh, they say no, the door locks. They say if I knock on this door and they refuse to open, I don't give up. I go to the next door. Now, when you're going on the path of journey, there's always a bend, but a bend is not always an end. You gotta know that. A bend is not an end, it's just a bend on a journey to something you're going. So never quit. Just keep doing it. When you face with a challenge, it's just a bend. Turn back, move in the right direction. And one day, somehow, somewhere, opportunities will come knocking the door. But you know what? Preparation, it said opportunity meets preparation, and that is when success is guaranteed. When you're prepared and then the opportunity comes, success is clicked, it's guaranteed. But when you're not prepared and the opportunity comes your way, you're going to lose it. So keep building, keep writing, keep singing, keep cooking, keep talking, keep smiling. When the opportunity comes, you'll be ready to grab it.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for the inspirational message. I'll take my last comment from Karen. It says, thanks so much for sharing what you do best. Being young as you are, I wish you more and more. Keep up the good work, sir. You have inspired us deeply. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Karen, coming from Karen Amukugo, all the way from Finland. Thank you so much, Karen. I know it's late in Finland, but you have stayed through to the interview. We're so much grateful to you, Karen. We don't take it for granted. And of course, all our viewers across our multiple platforms, we're so much grateful for your time watching. Thank you so much, Professor Charles Darwin and the family. Thank you so much for your support always. We so much appreciate. We don't take it for granted at all. Thank you for your time. So we've had the honor to have Ms. Lanre Ajayi, a creative director at Ethnic Festivals, top 25 Canadian immigrants 2021 winner. He's also winner of our Better Government Northern Lights Award, winner of Mayor's Arts Champions Legacy Award in 2018, Best Host and Supervisor at Triple B Center winner, Calgary Stampede, winner of Calgary Stampede in 2018, and amongst many that he has shared with us today. We are so grateful and honored to have him share his journey with us as Black individual who has excelled through arts, creativity, arts, culture, festival, fashion, and all of that. Thank you so much for paving the way and, kind of not giving up on your dreams. Now today we're celebrating you live on Nana TV International Black Excellence Show. My appreciation again goes to the crew, my executive producer and director Ben Salom, my producer Abena Esedwa Ofei Champon, and Francis Nimo for putting Black Excellence Show together. Many thanks to all of you, and of course many thanks to all our viewers all over the world. Nana TV International, we appreciate you so much on Black Excellence Show, and of course other shows are coming on. Why don't you also like our page and share our page and support us in a way that you can come and advertise and promote your events or whatever that you are doing to the outside world. Let's spread the love. Let's share the love amongst ourselves. My name remains Nana, and as I always say, I'll continue to clap for others until it is my time. Thank you so much, Mr. Lanre, for joining us once again, and we hope this is not going to be the first, no, the last time we're meeting. Mr. Lanre Ajayi will come again because I know he has a lot to share. And 2022 Ethnic Festival has lots coming up, so we'll be bringing you all the gists and bits and all that is coming up in 2022 from ethnic festivals and from the camp of Mr. Lanre Ajayi and of course his team in terms of creative arts industry. So thank you everyone. Thank you my producer. Thank you Mr. Lanre. Mr. Lanre, so thank you so much. Regards to your family and your crew, and of course all the people in Alberta, Calgary that we say, how do you say thank you or bye bye in your mother tongue? You are Igbo.
Yoruba.
Yes.
We say Odabo.
Odabo.
Odabo. That is bye. And keep watching Nana Black Excellence Show. Amazing show. Support, share the video and promote, and let's lift our sisters together. And I'm clapping for Nana for this. I'm clapping for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm humbled. Thank you. Well received. So that's it for now. We'll bring you back. We'll bring you more on Black Excellence Show. Next week, I have another Black Excellent coming to the studio with us. It's going to be amazing. Don't miss it. Thank you and have a great day, great evening, wherever you may be watching us from. My name is Nana. Bye-bye.
To achieve accolades and awards, but Black excellence is also Black people who sacrifice their health, mental well-being, and welfare for the sake of others. What happens to the Black people that society does not recognize as excellent? On Black Excellence Show, we get the time to recognize and celebrate Black people who rose above all odds and charted new courses in Black excellence, helping to